Hello. It's like Spirit doesn't want me to record this video. I have tried to record this video like damn near 2 times already. And each time there's been some fuck shit going on. Like once I just like had no train of thought, and then there was a person screaming over there, and now there's a fucking car alarm going off. I really hope you can't hear that, because I'm just giving in. I'm just letting it be what it is, and I'm going to fucking speak my truth regardless. Like, if you can hear the car alarm, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that's not what's important right now. You're here for me. You're here for me. So here we are, once again. It's been a minute since I've recorded a video. I could lie to you and say that I've been busy. I really haven't been. I really haven't been. Just the normal mundane shit going on. I did lose my tripod, or at least a piece of it broke off, and I was just like procrastinating for a minute getting another one. But now we're here. And today, first and foremost, it feels so fucking good to be outside once again. And just to take a deep fucking breath. Yeah, it never gets old. Last week was my birthday, and I had such a beautiful fucking birthday. Like, recently life has just been blessing me with these beautiful ass, abundant ass birthdays, and I'm just like, bro, chill. So beautiful. Oregon is such a fucking beautiful state, so incredibly biodiverse, so magical, truthfully. And thank you to all of the people that were there. If you're watching this video, I love you so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you for organizing that, and thank you for just showing up truthfully. That's all I could ask for. That's all I could really ask for. I deadass, like, not to be dramatic, I deadass used to pray for times like these. Like, no cap, I used to pray for times like these. And we could get into that in this video, actually. Yeah, I'll talk about that, actually. But I wanted to talk about how sacred it is to come back to solitude and to create intentional spaces of stillness, quiet, and introspection with only ourselves. And I'm not talking about self-isolating and to the point where you're just estranging yourself from the external world and avoiding whatever you have to get done. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something completely different. To me, solitude is coming to terms with the fact that we come into this experience alone and we will leave it alone. Although it is only innate, it's only in our nature that we crave community, that we crave to be surrounded by people sometimes. It's also so important to recognize that there needs to be a balance, that there needs to be, and then the alarm turned off, finally, fucking God bless. See, now I got fucking distracted. But it's so important to create a balance between the two. And once you balance one, once you pour yourself into that space, once you pour into the foundation of being okay with yourself, then bitch, it's only gonna go up from there. It really is only gonna go up from there. Because through solitude, through intentional periods of introspection and coming back to myself, I've gotten to know myself in a way that I would have never gotten to know weren't it for sometimes forced periods of isolation. Sometimes life was just like, bitch, okay, enough. Like, you can't keep surrounding yourself with these people. Like, you need to be on your own. I'll give you guys an example, because I think that will make this make more sense. But in high school, oh my fucking god, in high school, I feel like is a rite of passage for every single one of us. Being a teenager is so fucking confusing. It is so confusing, and it just we take everything so fucking seriously. Oh my god. Like, bitch, I think one thing that I've learned through this transition between adolescence and like early adulthood, even though, bitch, I'm only 21, like, bitch, I'm still a baby, low-key, but through this transition between adolescence and adulthood, is that this shit is really not that serious. Oh my fucking god. It's not, and it doesn't have to be so serious all the time. And your melodrama, you taking it so seriously, is only just gonna make it worse. Truthfully. But in high school, I had this group of friends, and I loved those girls down. I loved them down. But it got to a point where, as many of us experience, I know this is something that many of us go through, at one point I just started noticing them reaching out less, and then starting to hang out by them without me in situations where I would have normally been invited to, and then just slowly separating themselves from me. And truthfully, I think that's one of the worst things that you can do to a person. Slowly ghosting and just not bringing any clarity is truthfully one of the worst things that I think you can do to a person. Although it does hurt to have that confrontation sometimes, especially when we have built such deep bonds with other people, although it does hurt to have that confrontation, to tell somebody that you don't want to be friends anymore, although it's so uncomfortable, I think it's a conversation that needs to be normalized and that needs to be approached much more openly than we do in this culture. But then again, nobody teaches us how to do it. Nobody teaches us how to do that, and it's something that I think a lot of us need to learn on our own, unfortunately, which is such a shame. But I think it's an incredibly valuable tool to develop that communication with the people around you, because yeah. But anyways, so I had those friends in high school, and then I just started noticing them slowly drifting away, to the point where I was like, okay, I fucking get it, like, you guys don't want to be friends anymore, like, that's cool, like, whatever, I don't even fucking care, like, type shit. And it really did break my heart. At the time, it really did leave me feeling very heartbroken, left me feeling very insecure, very unsure of myself, and feeling like I did something wrong. Even though I know, looking back, I did not do anything wrong. And I just want to give that girl a hug. I want to give that girl a hug. She was so fucking confused. She was so lost, but nevertheless, she fucking persisted, bitch. I'm so, like, sometimes it's so easy to look back at former versions of ourselves and like cringe and be very self-critical towards that version of ourselves. But if anything, I feel like being very objective with where you were at, and looking back on that version of yourself, knowing that they built the foundation, they set the foundation for who you are today, will make you look back on that person with so much love, with so much compassion for their flaws, for their mistakes, and for how hard they tried. And I look back on that version of myself with so much love and compassion, with so much love and so much gratitude for how she continually navigated the experience, even though it was so confusing. It was so confusing. This human experience can be incredibly confusing. And that was a really intense period of forced isolation, because I confided in these people. I really loved and I really cared for these people, and they just separated themselves from me. And looking back on it, I knew that it was something that had to happen, because if it weren't for those people cutting me off, I would be in a completely different space than where I'm at right now. I wouldn't be living where I'm living. I wouldn't be talking to this camera probably. I wouldn't be doing a lot of the shit that I wouldn't look the same. I would be somebody entirely different. And I'm so grateful that it played out that way, because looking back, those relationships were not in alignment whatsoever. And I'm so grateful that I don't need to pretend to be somebody that I'm not anymore. That's something that many of us, I think that's a rite of passage, truthfully. Many of us will approach situations, will approach people with a mask, with a false image of who we think we need to be accepted, to be loved, to be held by other people. But one thing that you learn through solitude, through isolation, is that if you aren't going to receive me for who I am right now, then you don't deserve to be in my life, period. The people who are meant to be in your life will celebrate you and love you for who you are, not for the mask that you put up. And if you are approaching your situations, your relationships, whatever, with a mask on, it's bound to fall apart at some point. It's bound to fall apart. And this fucking train, I swear, that's a common theme in every single one of my videos. The goddamn train. But shit. So sometimes life will force us to be alone. And even though it's very easy to get caught up in the, why me? Why does this keep happening? Get caught up in the melodrama of like, fuck, there's something wrong with me. I'm inherently unlovable. Nobody's going to love me. Nobody fucking appreciates me. It's so easy to get stuck in that melodrama. It's so easy to get caught up in that melodrama. But once you can sit behind the story. Sit back. And realize that this is something that every single one of us, your experience is not unique. Although there is so many things that are incredibly unique about your human experience, it's not unique at the same time. It's a paradox, bro. Because literally, your experience isn't unique. So every single one of us will have to go through this. And it's really about whether you learn to fully embrace it, or if you keep fighting against it. That's what makes the difference. If you keep fighting against it, you're gonna keep attracting the same scenarios of disingenuousness, of feeling like, oh my god, everybody around me is fake. These people don't fucking care about me. These people don't appreciate me for who I am. And if you don't realize that, bitch, maybe it's because you're being fake. Maybe it's because you're not showing up genuinely. Maybe it's because you're not being exactly who you are entirely in those scenarios, that you keep attracting these situations. If there's no accountability there, then it's just the cycle's going to repeat itself. But if you really take the time to sit back, realize, where am I fucking up? Where am I fucking up? Where am I not taking accountability? Where am I being disingenuous? Where am I being disingenuous, and how is that reflecting in my relationships? If you don't take the time to sit inside of yourself and see where you are holding on to a story that you do not need to hold on to anymore, if you don't sit back and really just become a witness to that, then the cycle will keep repeating itself. But if you just allow it to play out, if you fully surrender into that, that's what makes all the difference. That's what makes the change. That's what moves you forward. And sometimes people will stay stuck in these cycles for dead ass lifetimes, bro. And I don't want to get too deep in this video. But sometimes people will get stuck in these loops for lifetimes, and they won't figure it out in this lifetime, and that's okay. And that's okay. And also, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, bruh. But if you don't want to repeat the same loop, then it gets to a point where you have to take accountability. But that takes you being very honest with yourself and giving yourself the space for introspection. And through these periods, I'm a person that doesn't really have that many people, that many friends. And I used to be kind of troubled by that, but now it doesn't feel troubling to me at all. It feels, if anything, it feels liberating, because I know that the people around me are of high quality, are people that won't disrespect me, that won't talk badly about me behind my back, people that value me for who I am, that love me for me. I know that because I have built that foundation within myself. Like, bitch, I have really poured so much into myself that it's gotten to the point where I don't want to be around people that aren't a pure reflection of that. I don't want to have people around me for the sake of having people around me. Like, if anything, what a fucking waste of time. What a waste of time, what a waste of energy. What a waste of what I could be pouring into something else. Like, dead ass. Like, I just really don't have the time for that anymore. And it feels so good to be able to just sit with myself right here, like literally right here by myself, and know that I'm good, know that I'm solid, know that I'm okay being on my own. I'm okay doing things alone. I don't need to depend on somebody else to do something. And if there's somebody that is in my life, I know that they're only adding to my experience. They aren't taking away. They aren't taking away from that experience, because I am good with myself. I'm good with myself. And that's a very beautiful thing to have. It's so much easier said than done, but it is work that is so worth it. It's so fucking worth it to become okay with yourself and to feel comfortable doing it alone, to feel comfortable navigating this experience and begin validating your experience on your own. That's one thing I think that is incredibly important to learn throughout this experience, is that you have to learn to validate it. You have to learn to validate it by yourself. You can't rely on other people to validate your experience, to constantly be venting to them, to constantly be talking their ear off and have them need to validate your experience. It gets to a point where, bitch, you have to validate your own experience. You have to sit back and realize, like, yeah, I'm okay. And it's okay that this happened, and it doesn't need to happen again. And this doesn't change who I am. And I can move forward. I can move on. And I'm being intentionally vague because this can really apply to many different situations. But in situations where you feel tried by life, where you feel like shit is just fucking testing you. Bitches are testing you. Life is testing you. You have to... I think that's when it's most important to come back to yourself and validate your experience. To know that whatever you're going through is so valid. Like, you came here to experience something that is so unique. And in essence, you just came here to learn what you needed to learn. There's really no straying off the path. There's no straying off the path, because you are the path, bitch. You are. But yeah, bitch, like I said before, I deadass used to pray for times like these. I used to pray for times where there wasn't just so much chaos around me, where there wasn't so much disharmony, bro. So much disharmony. And it took me really sitting back and taking accountability for what situations I was putting myself into, recognizing that it didn't have to be that way, and trusting in the process. Those are the three things that isolation has taught me, is that some things are in our hands. Although not everything is in our hands, some things are in our hands. I can choose to step back from that, or find ways to step back from that, and then I can let go and trust in the process. That's all that you need to do. And sometimes it's so much easier said than done, like I've said, but it has brought me to so many scenarios that little me would have fucking could only dream of. And that shit makes me emotional, bro. No, like, no cap. It makes me emotional because she really, I'm just so happy that I stayed. I'm so happy that I stayed, and I'm so happy that I let myself be open to the fact that there could be more. That I was deserving of having better experiences, having better quality people in my life, and being good with me and loving me and honoring where the fuck I was at. I'm so grateful. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I love you.